Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MQ. Not as Iron Man, as the villain. And when Marvel showed the trailer at CinemaCon last week, they had to play it twice because the crowd wouldn't stop screaming. Now listen, I've watched every single piece of footage released for this movie. Every teaser, every leaked detail, every cast announcement. And there is one thing hiding in plain sight that nobody is talking about. I'm saving it for the end of this video, and trust me, you'll want to stay for it. But first, let's break down the movie that might just change the MQ forever. Okay, real talk. Marvel has had a rough few years after Endgame. Too many shows. Too many movies. Your parents started saying Marvel fatigue. That's when you know it's bad. But every time everyone counts them out, they do this. The last time the Avengers assembled was 2019's Endgame, the second highest grossing movie in history at $2.8 billion worldwide. That was 7 years ago. 7 years of side quests and Disney Plus setup episodes, and now they're bringing literally everyone back. Not just the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, 3 universes, 1 villain. December 18th, 2026. The official synopsis says heroes from 3 distinct universes will be set on a deadly collision course against an existential threat unlike anything they've ever encountered. That threat has a name, and his face, very, very familiar. But real quick for anyone who's been offline, here's the MCU Avengers speedrun. Buckle up. 2012, The Avengers. 6 heroes, 1 Tesseract. Loki being dramatic. The movie that started everything. 2015, Age of Ultron. Tony accidentally builds a killer AI. Classic Tony. We meet Wanda and Vision. Important later. Very important. 2018, Infinity War. Thanos shows up. Collects all 6 Infinity Stones. Snaps half of all life out of existence. Peter Parker's eye don't want to go broke an entire generation. We don't talk about it. 2019, Endgame. Time travel. Everyone comes back. Tony snaps back and dies doing it. Steve retires. The original Avengers, era over. And from 2019 to now, Marvel spent 7 years building new heroes to fill the gap. New Captain America. New Fantastic Four. The X-Men finally in the MCU. Doomsday brings all of them together for the first time. That's the context. Now let's talk about the man trying to destroy all of them. Dr. Doom. Victor Von Doom, ruler of Latveria. In the comics, arguably the greatest Marvel villain ever written. Smarter than Reed Richards. More powerful than most gods. A man who thinks he's actually saving the world. And the scary part? He might not be entirely wrong. And they cast Robert Downey Jr. in the role. The man who played Iron Man, the most beloved hero in MCU history, is now the villain. Kevin Feige said it simply. He played the most iconic hero. Let's have him play the most iconic villain. That is either genius or chaos. Probably both. At CinemaCon, the trailer opened with Downey as Doom, green-hooded, metal-faced, narrating a warning of an imminent multiversal threat. The reaction was so overwhelming that Downey himself requested the trailer be played a second time. Man said, "Run it back. I'm built for this." Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet. Doom has the entire multiverse. Now the part everyone's actually here for, the heroes. There are a lot. We're going fast. Thor, Chris Hemsworth in the teaser, Thor literally prays to Odin, not for glory, but asking for strength to survive one more battle so he can go home to his daughter. Thor went from strongest Avenger to girl dad. That is character development. Steve Rogers, Chris Evans wait. Steve is back. The first teaser confirmed Evans returning as Steve Rogers, continuing his Endgame ending, and he's shown cradling a newborn baby. Steve went back to the 40s, married Peggy, had a kid, and fate is still dragging him back. The man cannot retire. Cannot. Captain America, Anthony Mackie Sam Wilson is the new Cap. New Falcon is Joaquin Torres. New generation of Avengers, thrown straight into a multiversal apocalypse on day 1. Rough start. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd's Scott Lang is back. Fans have been asking for years whether he'll finally use that tactic against the villain, the one we don't say out loud. But everyone's thinking it. Bucky and Loki, Sebastian Stan and Tom Hiddleston Bucky, has been through mind control, cryo-freeze, being on the run, and losing his best friend twice. Give this man a spa day. And Loki, now sitting at the nexus of all realities, basically holds the entire multiverse together. No pressure, bro. Here's where Doomsday gets really different. It's not just the Avengers. It's three separate teams from three separate universes colliding at once. The Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as Human Torch, Ebon Moss-Bachrach as The Thing. The smartest man alive. A woman who turns invisible and makes force fields. A guy who is literally on fire. And a giant orange rock man who punches things. This team has no business being this stacked. And they're going up against the guy who was their villain in the comics first. Doom and Reed Richards have history. Personal, painful, deeply petty history. The Thunderbolts' Florence Pugh as Yelena, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, and Lewis Pullman as Sentry. Yelena is Black Widow but funnier and angrier. Red Guardian is Russian Captain America but unhinged. U.S. Agent is morally questionable Cap. Ghost phases through walls. And Sentry is basically Marvel's Superman, except with severe psychological issues, which makes him either the most powerful hero or the biggest wildcard in the whole film. The X-Men, and this is the one nobody fully saw coming. Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Kelsey Grammer as Beast, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, James Marsden as Cyclops, Channing Tatum as Gambit, and Rebecca Roman as Mystique. The original Faux X-Men cast back together in the MCU. Patrick Stewart is 83 years old and still showing up to fight interdimensional villains, built different. And Channing Tatum as Gambit, a role he spent literally a decade trying to make happen, is finally here. The man never gave up. You love to see it. But there are a few names not getting enough attention. Shang-Chi, Simu Liu in the CinemaCon trailer. Shang-Chi goes head-to-head with Gambit. A martial arts master versus a Cajun card-throwing mutant. That fight alone might be worth the ticket price. Namor, Tenoch Huerta, the king of Talocan, is back. His underwater forces are preparing for battle while Wakanda's armies face off against them, meaning there's a whole underwater civil war happening in the middle of a multiversal apocalypse. Imagine being an Avenger dealing with Doom, A&D Wakanda versus Talocan at the same time. Stressful. Spider-Man, Tom Holland, maybe nobody has officially confirmed this. Marvel hasn't said a word, but Simu Liu may have accidentally spoiled it in a post he deleted almost immediately. In the Marvel world, a deleted post basically means yes. If Spider-Man shows up in this movie, the internet will not survive. Okay, I promised you something at the start. Here it is. Look at the confirmed cast list for Doomsday. 30-plus heroes. 3 universes. And 1 villain facing all of them. Now look at the comics that inspired this movie. Specifically the 2015 Secret Wars storyline. In that story, Dr. Doom doesn't just fight the heroes. He wins. He becomes the ruler of the only surviving reality. Every other universe? Gone. And Doom sits on a throne built from the wreckage of the multiverse, with the power of a god. Now the Russo brothers have said Doomsday and Secret Wars are being made as a 2-part story, just like Infinity War and Endgame, which means Doomsday might not end with the heroes winning. It might end with Doom winning. And Secret Wars, December 2027, might be the actual comeback story. Think about it. Thanos won at the end of Infinity War. History is about to repeat itself. Marvel spent 7 years building this moment. 3 universes, 1 villain, everything on the line. December 18th, 2026. Drop in the comments, do you think Doom wins at the end? Because I genuinely think he does. Subscribe for the full trailer breakdown the second it drops publicly. We're just getting started.